Hello and welcome back to this glorious Let's Play of Stranglehold. I am still Jim Fury, and last time we finally figured out where Inspector Tequila's wife and daughter were being held. Let us see what happens in Chicago.
Locke is dead. The Mega is gone. And you're asking me to be cool? Do me a favor. Kill yourself!
I heard you're getting short on Hong Kong staff tonight.
Just downsizing. I like a lean operation. You ready to hold up your end?
I told you I would. But if you touch one hair on my Tico's head...
Don't threaten me. Worry about you.
Oh yeah, I'm a hostage. I forgot about that. His face was entirely too creepy.
Here's how it's gonna go down.
Don't be in a rush. You got to see my museum. It adds a note of class to my business.
I didn't fly here to see a freaking museum. I came here to see one thing.
My operation. It's part of it.
Duh. I see them. Handle it! Our new partner brought trouble with him. Two guys parking garage.
Let's head down to the party.
According to the map, this is the place. I'm guessing he is the penthouse guy.
Wong wants me to keep him in the loop. I'm still undercover. I gotta keep him thinking I'm his guy.
Long as you know the difference. I'll take the lower level. You head upstairs. Any sign of Tico or Bailey, let me know.
Not suspicious or creepy at all. Also, welcome to the garage level, inevitable in every shooter. We also get a palette swap for the enemies from this point onwards. Instead of shooting up default Hong Kong goons, now we shoot stereotypical Russian goons. And they're not fucking around. They literally throw extremely deadly amounts of enemies at us at once. We have snipers, we have people with assault rifles in a very cramped space. Not only that, but every single card you see can explode if shot enough. So, standing around there for cover is not always the best of ideas. Not only that, but there's fire extinguishers and various other explosive things lying everywhere. So this is a very, very dangerous death trap. Showing that I nearly died right there. And every single car has a fairly extensive damage model for essentially decoration. Aside from bullet holes, parts will fly off, doors will open, windows will shatter. I actually am amazed, still, that they put this much damage into the destruction. This level is set up somewhat like the previous one in that there's several arenas that you have to fight through to get to where you're going, but this time it goes much, much faster. Because you have to keep moving through the arenas and they don't just put you in a giant circular room. Also, I finally decided to jump on one of these things. You can control them while you're riding it. You go into slow motion, you get massive amounts of style for killing people, and it looks just freaking cool. And to dismount, front flip. So now instead of hearing various Asian stereotypes, we're gonna hear various Russian stereotypes. Okay, it's essentially a Hong Kong movie in game form, so I wouldn't expect much other, and honestly, it's not that bad. I've seen worse in various other games. These enemies are generally a little tougher regardless of what they're carrying as a weapon, and from this point onwards the enemies will just keep getting tougher and tougher. Even in this level we'll get introduced to some of the toughest enemies that you will see in the game, aside from the army of 2 guys you saw previously, which we never see again. I'll never understand why they don't shoot him. And of course they stand right next to everything explosive. But hey, it makes our life a little easier. Also, shades inside and in a dark parking garage. Why the hell not? Close range headshot. He flew into that. Also, slight cut because in the upcoming section I kinda decided to be Rambo. It didn't work out as planned. However, this time I'm doing it properly. Get barrage, and just in time, because if I hadn't, that car would have leveled me, and I would have had to do this entire damn section again. Barrage doesn't last as long as I thought it did, so I essentially had to run to cover and try to scramble for some health before I die horrifically. Health packs and ammo are extremely common in this area, so it's not that big of an issue to find one. The problem is that you have to keep fighting through waves upon waves of these dudes. And those in the back, the ones that you see the bluish purple bullets coming out of, they are using heavy machine guns. The same thing that the boss from the last level had. The only difference is now that there's a lot more of them. They die a lot easier, but the weapon doesn't do any less damage. It is the most powerful weapon in the game in terms of bullets. It'll kill any normal goon in a single bullet, and it carries a lot of rounds. Sadly, I could not manage to pick one up before having to move on.
Enough killing.
I'm just getting started.
Where did that voice come from? That was just the camera.
Next, come to the penthouse. Let's chat.
Well, yes, let me get into this elevator without, you know, any kind of suspicion at all. And, as I said before, inner shot for no reason. And another one. It actually did it twice. I don't know why. And here, we get introduced to the gimmick of this level.
Where is Jerry?
Close. He tells me you're here for Billy and Tico.
That's right.
And that you'd walk through hell to get them. That right too? Welcome to hell.
Ah yes, corny lines. As I said, here is the gimmick. Aside from random goons, you see these little boxes on the wall? Well, yeah, those are explosive. Anything that crosses those beams instantly explodes. And I can't count the amount of times I had to redo some part of this section because a tiny fragment of something that blew up touched one of the laser beams next to me, resulting in horrific explosive death. Not even me, just some random debris. So, how do we get through these? Frickin' crouch. But I'd rather just wait for the enemies to come up. Because they are really that dumb. They will walk into it. You can shoot them, but you have to actually get something to fall onto them, like the lights. These glass windows always provide a very beautiful piece of destruction because you can blow out small parts of it like that. It's essentially what Mafia 2 was showing off in their trailers only many years after this. And being anywhere near that instantly levels you. Until now, we've only been seeing horizontal or vertical beams. Now we get the glory of the diagonal ones. So they create little tunnels for you to walk through. Or in our case, fuck it. We'll just run over it. If I can aim. I wonder what they've been trying to do until now. Give me tea. As you saw, one of them was carrying a hatchet. It's one of the new enemy types. They will shoot you with a pistol while they're coming up and yell a lot. But once they get close to you, they'll hack at you with that damn hatchet, and it hurts. Think of them like the screaming zombies from Ravenholm. You'll learn to hate them when they come in packs. Also, there's always a helicopter in these games. So, this is the one for this one. It's only in this level, and there's always a guy hanging around the side of it, and he always has a heavy machine gun. And once he dies, you'd think, you know, the chopper will fall and explode like usual. Like, no. The chopper will come back and start shooting with rockets. Which I have no idea where they come up. Out of, considering this chopper kinda seems to be, you know, unarmed. These little barricades with various debris-ish objects can actually be shot apart. And that's why you can see when the enemies shoot at you, they kind of break a lot of it apart. And here I just decide to help them along, because you need to blow this up to move in anyway. But it takes so much ammo to even lower enough that you can just hop over it. I don't know if it's on purpose or if I was just shooting it wrong. But I guess the helicopter picked up a new dude because, hey, he's identical to the old one, and he still does not like you. Shooting the actual chopper does no damage at the moment. You have to shoot the dude. The problem is the chopper flies around a lot. So even if you use barrage or slow down time, you're going to get a lot of the grids in the way. You're going to find that it is fairly hard to keep a beat on this thing. And this is the annoying part of the chopper fight. Considering how much damage the guy can take, you'd think he was part of the actual damn vehicle. least it's a chopper fight where they don't just give you rocket launchers everywhere. In fact, ammo is kind of scarce in this room. If you miss a lot, you may have to go back to pistols, which is not going to be that effective. But now the damn helicopter is actually armed, so thankfully you can actually run away from it. I don't think that was the way the game designers intended people to get that. Ah yes, this cut. This was because, remember the thing I told you about, where tiny little debris set off giant explosions that kill you? Yeah, that happened. Here I pick up a pair of the golden guns again. They are the most powerful weapon in the game that is not a normal one, it's a special weapon. So essentially it has the same power as the heavy machine gun, or light machine gun. 1 bullet per mob, dead. There's a few goodies in here, but dancing around these lasers, it is really not worth it. You're gonna end up touching something. Even if you just strafe one of the lasers, it's not even just damage, it'll instantly kill you. So how do we get over there? No, we don't jump. Now we jump.
Keep him off this second floor.
And this is how the chandeliers work.
Damn it! What do I have to do to make you die?
Probably shoot him a lot. But it finally explains to you how the chandeliers work, even though these existed in previous levels. You have to shoot them to actually make them swing. You can't just push them now. You're freaking Tequila. You have to shoot them. You shoot everything. I mean, Inspector Tequila has less in common with a police officer than he does with John Rambo.
You call that hell?
It is just warming up.
Welcome to the most annoying boss fight in the entire damn game. Why?
I'll say you the
He himself is not that hard. However, there are lasers everywhere. And if you think this is bad, wait until we move in a little bit. He'll not only throw lasers at us, but a shit ton of goons. The problem is the goons will usually be on the other side of the lasers, and there will be no cover for you because it'll be covered with, you guessed it, lasers. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Just a tiny bit amount of lasers. No cover.
Burn you into dust!
You really want to clear out any kind of goons before you move on to the next stage, I suppose. because they will pile up and they will follow you around and pepper you full of bullets. Because these guys are not using pistols, they're using SMGs and assault rifles. Now all the windows are covered in lasers. What do we do? What do we do? Well, shooting the boss helps, I suppose. But hey, some windows are not anymore. Also, you can't really cheese this boss. Since all the previous bosses you could essentially turn on barrage and just blast them constantly, you can't do that here because he moves so much and there's only a certain amount of damage you can do to him per stage. Even if you keep shooting him while he's running away, you're not gonna do any damage, which is even more annoying considering how many lasers there are here and you want to end the fight early. But because of how he dies, he kinda needs to get to his last stage. And yes, now we get shifting lasers, enemies, and the boss. And you don't actually have any cover, which is the most annoying bloody part of this. You really want to be careful not to punch them into the lasers because the explosion is strong enough to kill you even at that distance. Welcome to the final stage of the boss fight. So while you're shooting these guys, you see the boss running off. Cowabunga! Oh, he committed suicide. Oh no, wait. He of course grabbed a freaking rocket launcher. I hope you liked the fight with the helicopter before, because now it's even more annoying. Not only is the actual helicopter shooting you, but him and the rocket launcher. Thankfully they give us the heavy machine gun, as I said. It does so much damage to normal mobs, but it does alright damage to bosses too. And each weapon has a different animation for the barrage ability. I'll try to show it off, and I think I covered them all throughout the game, but I might have missed the original pistols. Also, thank God I was invulnerable, because that would have killed me. Sadly, the chopper was turned the wrong direction while it had that barrage going, and there are no more paper cranes that I could find that could restore your tequila bomb meter. But they also gave you golden guns, which do the same amount of damage as the heavy machine gun. And they do so much damage to bosses. Killing him, of course, also somehow made the thing explode. But hey, it's a movie. And that was this level. Only 30 million damage, but 151 enemies killed. Let's see what Tequila does next time.